Good afternoon. Welcome to Glenview Ice Community. We got a couple minutes here before the referees get on the ice. Referees being paged to the ice. I will be right back as I'm going to go set up for a couple other cameras. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Frank the announcer coming to you live from between the blue lines at Glenview Community Ice Center, home of your state round robin tournament. Your Hawks are taking on Northshore Warhawks. Just about 20 seconds to go here on warm-ups. All right, warm-up session has ended. I'm going to try. All right, teams make their way over to their benches. Getting ready for puck drop. Hope you got your beverage of choice. We got long games here. We got 17-minute periods coming in for this as we're getting ready for nationals. So following USA tournament rules, Hawks had a tough one yesterday, coming out on the short end of that one against Glenview. Got to win today, got to win tomorrow to be able to advance into the championship game. That's the stakes that we have. All right, we got our starting five. We got Big Luch in net. Tater Dumpty making her way to the dot. Got Mango, Bus, Joss, and Greta on D. Puck comes over the near side wall. Warhawks sends it back up. Ends up being popped into the middle. Goes over to the blue line. Tater grabs it at center ice, chips it in. Icing waved off. Goes back to behind the net. Up to the far side corner, far side wall, tipped away. Pressure by Bus. Puck comes over to the near side wall. Greta steps up, keeps it down. Bus with the puck, puts it on net. Mango goes into the near side corner, ends up coming up to the near side for Greta. Greta battling, difficult to see. Goes up top of the slot, taken away by Warhawks. Dusting it through the middle. Puts a slow roller over the far side of Luch, picked up there by Demi. Off the play, Gia was a little slow to come back to her feet. Tater coming back out to take the dot. Demi up playing the forward today. Comes back top of the circle, back up to the point for Warhawks. Near side hash marks. Shot deflected there by Alexa, pushes it into the corner. Goes up the wall.
You see that?
No. I'll go back and watch the replay as Liv going to the send bin here at 15:55. Back over to the far side point. Over near side. Top of the circle goes down. Kicked away there by Luch. Goes into the near side corner. Up to the point. Over to the far side. One timer. Couldn't get it through traffic. Blocked there by Joss. Took it off the ankle. Waved off as Luch was protecting that near side post. Referee called no joy. Got a minute 39 left on the PK. Maddie comes up to the dot. Got Carmen back up to the point. Goes in through traffic. Blocker save there by Luch. Jess carries it up the far side wall. Carries it across the blue line. Swatted off of her stick as she got it into the zone. Warhawks putting some pressure. Jess behind the net. Back behind. Comes up near side. Swatting away at it was Maddie. Back in through center ice, crossing the blue line, top of the circle, shot goes down. Ends up going 5 home on the board. I gotta edit this. Get that up on the board, change that over. Battle along the far side wall. Back up to the blue line and in through center ice. Back behind the goal line. Passed over towards Gia. Gia takes a shot, goes off a couple of bodies. Goes across the crease. Up the near side wall. In through center ice, kicked away. Alexa tips it. Goes up the near side wall. Glenview back across the blue line. Top of the circle. Kicked away. Picked up there by Mango. Mango comes up the near side. Tips it up. Goes into the near side corner. That's an icing. Hawks in their blue jerseys. Going right to left. Tater Dumpty at the dot. Gets it over to the near side. Blocked there by Mango. Up the near side wall with Tater. Reese carries it across the blue line. Swarmed up. Bus trying to help out. Gets it up to the blue line. Goes off the glass. Grabbed up at the top of the circle. Tater with the shot. Goes a little bit wide and over back into the corner. Top of the slot. Tater with the rifle of a howitzer. Goes off the pads and up the near side wall. Mango gets up the top of the circle. Kicks it back down behind the net. Tipped away at the bottom of the goal line there. Coming up the near side wall. Stopped. I think that was by Mango. Nope, it was by Bus. Battling back behind the goal line. Comes up the near side wall. Demi grabs the top of the circle. Trying to shovel it around. Tater dumps it in the near side corner. Caden going back. Blocks it. Ends up going top of the circle. Glenview sends this one all the way out and down. And that's an icing call. Stopping the clock here at 12:50 in the first period. Gia comes into the dot. Caden on the far side. Demi near side. Greta and Jocelyn. Gia wins it over to the near side wall. Northshore sends it up the wall. Comes trickling back into center ice. Grabbed up by Jocelyn. Jocelyn sends it off the far side wall. Tipped by the Warhawks at blue line. Greta picks it up. Drops it in. Chasing after it. Putting some pressure back behind the net. Warhawks come through. Pass gets broken up. Tipped away at center ice by Philly. Jocelyn tries getting it out of the zone. Ends up coming up. Demi dusts it over on one. Sends a pass up. Goes into the far side corner. Stopped going up the wall there by Jess. Tipped by Brookie. Goes all the way down into the Hawks zone. Alexa grabs it. Sends it up the wall. Warhawks tip it over to Philly. Philly gets it through center ice. Taken off of her stick. Grabbed up by Liv. Gets it up to the blue line. Warhawks push it back in. Brookie putting some pressure on the puck. Back in through center ice. Kicked back in by Liv. Warhawks putting some pressure. Come up near side. Tipped away. Goes down just wide of Luch over to the far side corner. Liv sends it up and above. Bounces in center ice. Stopped there at the line there by Jess. Grabbed up by Brookie. Brookie goes through traffic. Taken down from behind. How?
Why are we not getting any calls? Oh, did he? Oh, thanks. Didn't see that. I was watching the guy that was
No penalty.
It was just
Maddie comes to the dot. Goes back behind the goal line up the near side wall. Comes back into center ice. Jocelyn grabs it at the near side hash marks. Goes in front of Luch. Bounces it off the wall and out of the zone. Grabbed up by Bricky on the far side. No, Sizzle on the far side wall. Going to be offsides. Northshore grabs the puck, sends it in through center ice. Loose puck comes up along the near side wall, stopped at the blue line there by Carmen. And Maddie, Carmen pushes it to the center ice. Northshore sends it into the far side corner. Jocelyn grabs it, shovels it over towards Carmen. Carmen lets it come up to the near side hash marks. Tipped up and out of the zone. Got an arm up, but not going to have the distance. Northshore picks it up, goes back behind their goal line. Comes up the far side wall. Sizzle taps it back down low. Up to the blue line. Jocelyn poke checks it. Northshore sends a spinning top into the far side corner, and that is icing. Stopping the clock here at 10-12. Northshore up 1-0. (10-12) here in the period. Game 2 of the state round robin tournament for their Hawks. Tater comes up to the dot, bust near side, Mango far side. Greta and Alexa on the D. In the far side corner, picked up by Mango. Mango tries to center it up. Just goes above Greta. Alexa gets over to the far side blue line, snaps it back down, goes behind the goal line. Up the near side wall. Mango poking away at it. So's Bus. Northshore grabs it, crosses the blue line, dusting it off, kicked away there by Alexa. Up the near side wall, Mango pushing it up. Tater grabs up the loose puck, crosses the blue line with it. Tries to get a shot, but her stick gets hacked away. Couldn't get a clean one. Gia makes her way up with Demi and Caden. Gia gets it over to Liv. Liv pushes it over to the far side hash marks. Caden goes over, grabs it. Pressed up against the wall. Warhawks pick it away, come up near side. Put it down behind the goal line. Bounces in front of the net. Tipped away there by Liv. Up the near side boards. Liv gets it up towards Demi. Demi's going through center ice. Lost the handle of it. Back into center ice. Jocelyn just coming on, tips it. Luch is able to drop down, cover it up, stopping the clock at 8:59.
Jay, how's your body? It's all right. It's better than last week's.
Gia at the dot. Wins it over the near side wall. Quite a little bit of traffic. Greta goes to the corner with it, shoveling that back. Picked up by Warhawks. Go up to the far side circle. Circling through. Puts a backhand across the bow. Goes over to the far side wall. Swatted back down. Picked up by Gia. Gia was looking to send it down, but he's going to get it towards center ice. Tips it off of a stick. Forwards go for a line change. Warhawks stretch it, come over to the near side. Down behind the goal line. Picked up by Demi. Gets it up to Brookie. Or no, that was Philly. Northshore ends it up to the blue line. Grabbed up by Alexa. She gets across center ice. Throws it in on net. Swatted over to the near side corner. Good pressure by Jess. Philly comes in, pokes it away. Jess grabs it up. Looking around. Gets it to Alexa. Alexa takes a shot. Gets tipped. Goes high up above the net. Over to the far side corner. Stop, sent back around. Jess is going to get back there. Get it over to it. Get it to Alexa. Alexa's shot goes just wide. Liv goes over to the far side hash marks. Picks up the puck. Back behind the net. Manhandled back behind the goal line. Ends up coming up the near side wall. Puck dropped at the top of the slot. Grabbed up by Alexa. Alexa carries it down behind the net. Stops, changes direction. Brookie trying to come through. Picks the puck up. Gets brought down to the ice. Up the near side wall. Alexa stops it at the blue line. Drops it down. Philly smacks it. Just trying to poke it around. Forwards going off. Goes to the blue line. Just on out. Maddie comes all the way back. Got an arm up. I got icing. Stopping the clock at 6:55. Maddie comes up to the dot. Stalemate. Kicking around. Grabbed up by Kendall. Gets a shot. Couldn't quite get it through traffic. Northshore comes up in center ice. Goes over the far side wall. Josh takes a swing at it. Goes up the far side. Stopped at the blue line. Shoved out by Sizzle. Sent back in. Goes over to the far side hash marks. Picked up by Maddie. Maddie getting this pass over to Kendall. Kendall taps it. Goes into the Warhawks zone. Up the near side wall. Tipped away. Down at the bottom of the circle. Kendall was there at the top of the circle to smack it back down. Loose puck. Grabbed up by Warhawks. Back in through middle. Going wide. Coming over to the near side. Goes down low. Puts it across. Tipped in by Jocelyn. Tater at the dot. Mango kicks this one into the zone. Chasing after it. Goalie decides to reach down, cover it up. Stopping the clock at 5:55. Technically 5:54 now. In the first period, Hawks trail by 2. Tater Dumpty comes to the dot. Wins it over to the far side corner. Mango shoves it behind the goal line. Picked up by the Warhawks. Bus trying to get around the referee. Stopped there for a second. Keeps it along the near side wall. Shot goes in on the goalie. She saves it over to the near side. Grabbed up by her own defender. Tipped away there by Mango. Mango battles in the far side corner. Tater trying to help out. Goes loose back behind the goal line. Northshore sends it up to the far side. Gets in through center ice. Tipped away by Alexa. Alexa carries it in front of Luch. Comes up the near side wall. Gets it up to the blue line. Swatted back down by Northshore. Alexa lofts it up over her head and comes all the way back into the center ice. Grabbed up by Northshore. Northshore gets across center. Drops it into the corner. Picked up by Liv. Liv shovels it over to Alexa. Alexa up the near side boards. Trying to get a pass to Demi, but taken away there by Northshore at the blue line. Liv goes back behind the goal line. Picks it up. Stops. Changes. Puts a pass up towards Caden. Tater gets it. Sends it up high into center ice. Corralled up there by Warhawks. Get it up to the blue line once everybody cleared out. Back behind the net. Alexa's going to go grab it. Get it over to Liv. Liv carries it in the corner. Sends it up towards Caden. Caden kicks it up the wall. Grabbed up by Gia. Off of her stick at center ice. Back down low it goes. All the way around the near side. Demi was looking for the pass, but Northshore steals it away. Back up. Liv grabs it. Sends it up to the blue line. Demi goes off a boot again. Picked up there by Gia. Gia lines up, puts the shot, goes off the face mask of the goalie. Back on the near side again. Got a roughing penalty coming up on Northshore. Big Mike and Larry had a bird's eye view of that one. Hawks going on the power play here at 4 minutes in the first period. Philly goes to the dot with Jess and Rookie. Back up to Jocelyn. Gets it over to Greta. Top of the slot. Shot goes down. Scooped up by the goalie. Same lineup. Warhawks grab this one back. Send it up the wall. Stopped by Jocelyn. Jocelyn trying to get a pass down. Goes off the players on the bench. Still an offensive zone draw here. Philly at the dot wins it over. Rookie gets it to Greta. Top over to Jocelyn. Jocelyn's pass goes off the wall and back over to Philly. Philly back up to Jocelyn. Jocelyn carries it along the blue line. Gets it back down to Philly. Philly with the puck. Far side hash marks. Gets it up to Jocelyn. Jocelyn walks it through. Takes the shot. It's in the net. Taking advantage of the power play for the Hawks. Not quite sure who got that one finally poked in, but I'll take the goal. I'm going to give that one credit to Philly. (2-1) here at 3:22 in the first. Took advantage of the power play. Good things happen when you put puck on net.
Good goal!
Waiting for the referees. They call everybody to the dot. Maddie's going to come up. I'm talking with Sizzle and got Kendall on the near side. Liv and Alexa back on D. Loose puck grabbed up by Kendall, goes over to the far side boards. Warhawks carrying it through, swatted away there by Liv. Keeps it up along the far side wall. Warhawks back up to their point, drop down to the far side hash marks. In the corners, taken away there by Liv. Ends up going down low. Alexa's going to get a penalty here. Penalty on Allison. At the top of the circle. Goes back up top of the slot. Shot goes through. Couldn't get into on net, so grabbed up by Mango. She sends this one out and sailing. Goes down behind the net. Goalie's got to step back. Grab it in the trap. Comes up to the blue line. Kicked away there by Mango. Pushed up to the center ice. Taken away there by Mango. Back over to the near side wall. Battle at the center ice. Goes across the blue line. Swatted over to the near side wall by Carmen. Carmen's able to kick it out of the zone. Tater carries it through traffic. Pulled down from behind. Warhawks send that one out into the far side corner, and that is icing on the Warhawks. Back down into an offensive zone draw here. Going short-handed.
Go Hawks!
Hawks trail 2-1. Kendall goes to the dot. Got Sizzle on the far side. Liv, and I believe that's Greta out there. Nope, it's Jocelyn. Up to the blue line. Jocelyn pokes her around. Ends up coming back. Liv grabs it. Kicks it up top. Back into center ice. Warhawks go off the far side wall. Tipped away by Liv.
All the way!
Warhawks were offsides. Warhawks gain control, come back in through the center ice circle, up the near side wall, around the referee, back down low. He's going to pick it up, sends it up, it's taken away by by Northshore, trying to walk it in, back up to the point, back down low, far side hash, through the middle, tipped away there by Liv. Forwards getting called off. Warhawks retreat back to their far side circle, up the near side wall. Got 30 seconds left on the PK. Jocelyn gets over to the near side, tipping it around, out of the zone. Warhawks retreat back to their own goal line. Up the far side wall. Tipped in through center ice. Greta poking it back to the blue line. Warhawks come across, dump it in, chasing after it. Picked up by Carmen. She goes back behind the net. Back around the near side wall. Rookie chasing after it, goes through the slot. Tipped in. Warhawks able to take advantage of that power play.
Drop your goal.
Gio waits at the dot with Caden and Demi. Top of the circle, poked away there by Greta over to the near side wall. Warhawks dump it in. Top of the circle, picked up. Drop back up to the point. Back over to the near side, top of the circle. Trying to go through traffic. Shot gets deflected, goes over to the far side wall. Grabbed up by Caden. Caden sends it up to the blue line. Northshore sends it back down to the top of the circle. Coming in through. Luch with a big save there. 28.7 to go here in the first period. Penalty on Gia. Didn't see that one, but up on the board. Gia's in the box for 2 minutes at 28.7 to go. Goes over to the far side, top of the slot, back up to the far side circle. Dropped over to the far side hash marks, grabbed up by Northshore. Top of the circle, shot goes in through traffic. Blocked away, kicked over to the far side wall. Maddie battling for it. Picked up by Northshore, walking it in. Top of the circle, shot down. Luch is able to catch that one. Stopping the clock with 8.4 here to go. Liv and Karma come out along with Jess and Maddie. Liv grabs the puck, goes back behind the net, seals it up. Ends the period. All right, getting ready to start the second period. Hawks will be going left to right. No, right to left. No, left to right. All right, they'll be going left to right in the second period here, wearing their blue jerseys. Northshore in their white. Hawks trail 3-1 here. 17 minutes on the clock for this period. There will be an ice cut in between second and third periods. Plenty of time. Mango comes into the dot, along with Sizzle, Jocelyn, and Greta. Loose puck. Mango sends it up the far side wall, grabbed up, smacked into the zone. Jocelyn goes off the boards. No, Greta goes off the boards, stopped at the top of the circle. Top of the slot, back to the near side, top of the circle. Shot goes in through traffic. Blocker saved over to the near side corner. Picked up by the Warhawks. Put them through center ice. Shot on Luch, able to get a glove down and block it. Back up to the point, over to the near side. One-timer goes in through traffic. Picked up by Jocelyn. Gets it over to Mango. Mango sends it out sailing. Got 52 seconds left on a PK. Hawks complete their line change. Warhawks back behind their net, up to the far side wall. Tater puts her into the wall, back up to the point. Down low, far side hash marks, back up top of the circle, walking it in, takes a shot. A little bit wide and ends up coming up the near side wall. Stopped at the blue line, back down low behind the goal line. Picked up by the Warhawks, goes into the corner with it, up to far side hash marks. Near side, top of the circle, puts it down, off the top bar and back over to the far side wall. 15 skating around, gets a shot, goes deflected and over to the near side wall. Back up to the point, puts it down low, back behind the net. Goes into the corner, grabbed up by Liv. Centering pass, broken up by Brookie. Brookie sends it up to the blue line. Kicked away by Tater. Grabbed up by Jocelyn. We're back to 5-on-5. Back behind the net. Top of the circle. Shot goes down. Blocker or kick saved over to the far side corner. Liv battling for it. Presses it up against the wall. Bus comes in, picks it up. Taken off the puck by Glenview. Around the near side boards. Back down low to the near side hash marks. Grabbed up by the Hawks. Centering pass up towards Brookie. Tipped, goes into the far side corner, and that is an icing call. 14:39 here to go in the second period. Hawks trail 3-1. Philly at the dot. Wins it back. Greta spins around at the bottom of the circle. Sends it up the wall. Greta still with it. Gets it over towards Jess. Jess carries it across the blue line. Her shot gets tipped. Gets pushed over to the far side corner. Grabbed up by Brookie. Brookie trying to pass it up. Kicked away. Philly comes back into center ice. Gets it over to Jess at the near side blue line. Drops it in. Near side hash marks. Ends up getting swatted up. Just bouncing over Brookie's stick. Back behind the net. Picked up by Philly. Philly spins it around. Tries to get a shot off. Gets tipped. Goes over to the top of the circle. Cleared out by Northshore. Sent all the way down, and that's an icing call. Stopping the clock at 13:56. Gia at the dot. Top of the circle. Ooh, kicked into the near side corner there by Caden. Back behind the net. Battling with Demi. Ends up going over the far side hash marks. She goes up against the boards, ties it up, gets it to Alexa. Alexa puts it down through traffic. Left in the slot. Comes up to the blue line. Kicked around and carried across the blue line. Centering pass off the mark. Ends up going over the far side wall. Grabbed up by Demi. Demi puts it into center ice. Grabbed up by the Northshore. They bounce it off the wall. Liv goes up, plays up the 50-50 puck. Trying to push it forward. Sends it to the blue line. Grabbed up by Northshore. Lost sight of the puck here. Gia pokes it back in. Northshore back over to the near side. New set of forwards coming on. Swatted away by Liv. Comes up the near side boards. Gets a pass up towards Kendall. Kendall comes off of her stick. Liv drops it in. Grabbed up by Northshore. Sends it up the far side wall. Alexa bounces it up towards Kendall. Taps it in down low. Forwards chasing after it. Sizzle gets to the corner. Stops the outlet. Maddie trying to help out. Bottom of the circle. Northshore sends this one all the way out and down. Ends up going in on Luke, so there was no icing. She decides to cover it up. Calls no joy at 12:33 here in the second. New set of forwards coming out. Got Tater's line with Boss and Mango. Thought I saw Jocelyn and Carmen out there. Tater was walking that one up to the top of the circle. Northshore sends it back in. Back up to the blue line. Bounces and puck over to the far side corner. Grabbed up by Carmen. Sends it up the wall. Loose puck in center ice. Grabbed up by Bus. Bus coming through. Top of the circle. Taking off the puck. Goes over the far side wall. Mango picks it up. Swatted down low by Tater. Goes into the corner. Goes high up off the glass. Picked up there by Mango. Mango back up to Jocelyn. Jocelyn takes a shot. I think that was more of a pass off the back wall. Carmen taps it down. Mango picks it up. Backhand gets tipped. Comes over to the near side circle. Warhawks come up the near side wall. Put it into center ice. Jocelyn sends it right back at him. Stopped at the blue line. Warhawks cross the Hawks blue. Taken away there by Jocelyn. Tater put it into the center ice. Swatting away with it. Warhawks go over to the far side. Out of play and stoppage. $11:20 here to go in the second period. Hawks trail by 2. Philly at the dot with Jess and Brookie, Greta and Alexa. Top of the circle. Back up to Greta. Greta trying to go through traffic. Kicked away by the Warhawks up the far side wall. Alexa stops it. Sends it back in, but Warhawks kick it back out, crossing the blue line. Tipped away there by Alexa, trying to go up through traffic. Warhawks going to the far side corner. Philly with the puck, trying to look over. Gets it up towards Jess. Jess stops the puck, sends it off the wall. Brookie picks it up, top of the circle, walking it in, lines up, takes a shot, gets tipped. Back behind the net, top of the slot. Just out of Philly's reach. Warhawks on the rush coming out. Alexa takes that one off the boot and goes over to the far side corner. Gets down there first. Top of the circle. Jess blocks it. Picked up by Greta. Greta is going to go through center ice. Hands it over to Brookie. Brookie rifles a shot. Goes in on net. Goalie reaches down, covers it up with a glove, but referees don't blow the whistle, so they have to play on. Caden coming through center ice, trying to grab that puck. Bounce off of her stick. Northshore sends it in down low. Up to the far side hash marks. Underneath a bunch of feet. Liv's going to swoop in, pick it up, look around. Sends a pass over towards Carmen. Carmen taps it up to Caden. Trying to get it to Gia, but lost sight of it at her feet. Warhawks go back behind their net. Demi putting some pressure up the far side wall. Warhawks player just skating through everywhere. Plus stops it at the blue line. Maddie trying to push it up forward. Puck goes down behind the goal line. Jocelyn grabs it at the blue line. Stops, turns around, gets a pass up the near side towards Maddie. Maddie dusted it off around one, back in through center ice, up the near side wall to Jocelyn. Jocelyn carries it up. Separated from the puck just before the blue line, but she was able to dump it in. Top of the slot, or top of the circle. Kicked back into center ice, grabbed up by Greta. Greta sends it off the wall, picked up by Warhawks. Warhawks send this one in. Goes down deep and all the way around to the near side corner, picked up by Jocelyn. Jocelyn coming up the wall, trying to get a pass up to Sizzle. Tap to the blue line, but Warhawks kick it right out. Somehow we're back into the Hawk zone. Tater goes around the wall, drops it in, goes over to the far side. Kendall stops it in the far side corner. Tater pokes it around, ends up coming over near side. Up along the wall. Back in through center ice, grabbed up by Tater. Ends up pushing it over to the far side hash marks. Up the wall. Back into center ice. Jocelyn's going to regroup, grab it up. Sends a rolling puck off the near side wall, grabbed up by Mango. Warhawks send it back in. Jocelyn drops it in, delayed offsides. Everybody tagged up. Too many men being called on the ice. 8:01. Penalty on your Hawks. Too many men on the ice. Second period, 8:01 on the clock. 2 minutes on the PK. Hawks trail by 2. Stalemate, top of the circle, drop down low, kicked away by Luch. Liv sends it up the near side boards. Back up to the blue line. Down low, off a backside. Couldn't get the full puck, and Liv grabs it, comes along the corner, ends up going back behind the net. Top of the slot. Pass goes off the mark and into center ice. Maddie chasing after it, putting some pressure. Warhawks got to retreat a little bit, come over to the near side. Top of the slot, dropping it, top of the circle. Tipped back up to the point, over far side circle. Goes down through traffic. Tips, kicked around. Point blank shot there, saved up by Luch. Stopping the clock at 7:15. Got 1:14 left on the PK. Going through the slot, Jocelyn grabs it, sends it back up to the blue line, kept in by Warhawks. Sent in back down low. Tipping it around, goes into the corner. Warhawks put it back behind the net. Up the far side wall. Near side point. Walks it down to the top of the circle, trying to put a shot down, gets tipped. Stays along the near side wall. Jess comes up and attacks on the near side wall. Down low, blocked shot there by Greta. Puck cleared out there by Philly. Goalie steps out, stops it at the far side. Got 15 seconds left on the PK. Warhawks cross and Shot on Luch. Kick save goes up through the top of the slot. Down through traffic. Another kick save by Luch into the near side corner. In through traffic. Blocked up there by Gia. Back to 5-on-5. Shot goes across the bound. Goes over to the far side hash marks. Sent up. Demi pushes it forward. Rolling puck. Gets to it before the goal line. Puck ends up coming all the way up and down. Grabbed up by Carmen. Carmen swings and misses on the pass. Ends up. Penalty coming up on the Warhawks. Too many men on the ice. 5:34 here to go in the second period. Tater, Mango, Bus, Alexa, and Liv come out. Got 2 minutes on the power play. 5:34 to go here in the second period. Hawks trail by 2, 3-1. Goes over towards Bus. Picked up by Mango. Gets it back over to Bus's feet. Bus skating around Mango. Liv pushes it over to Alexa on the near side. Back over to Liv on the far side. Dropped it down to the far side hash marks. Tater back up to the top of the slot for Liv. Liv lines up, puts a shot. It's in the back of the net! That would be Liv! Taking advantage of that power play and brings us within one at 5:12. Good play there all around. Tater, Mango, and Bus stay out. Greta and Jocelyn come on. Comes back to Greta. Greta grabs it, comes up the near side wall. Carries it up to the blue line. Warhawks stop it along that near side wall. Push back towards the Hawk zone. Greta chasing after it. Blocks the pass. Puts it up along the near side wall. Bus trying to help out. Ends up going down behind the goal line. Back behind the net. Up to the top of the point. Over to the far side corner it goes. Up the near side wall. Bus putting some pressure. Down behind the goal line in the far near side corner. Jocelyn trying to bury it. Kicks it to her feet. Sends it up to Bus. Bus looks around. Carries it across center ice. Hits Mango. Mango gets it to the far side blue line. Stopped. Picked up by Tater at center ice. Shoveled down deep by Kendall. Back behind the net. Good pressure there by Kendall. Goes into the far side corner. Maddie putting some pressure. Kendall grabs it, sends it back up to Carmen. Carmen taps it over towards Liv. Liv stops it at the blue line, picks it back up, gets it over towards Kendall. Kendall drops it in, top of the circle, grabbed up by the Warhawks. Warhawks send it up the near side wall. Maddie grabs it, carries it in, down behind the goal line, picked up by the Warhawks. Good pressure there by Kendall, forces it along the far side wall, taps it over towards Carmen. Carmen loses it at her feet. Got a bit of a pile up over on that far side. Referees blow the whistle. Stopping the clock here at 3:17. Philly, Brookie, Jess, top of the slot, picked up by the Warhawks. Liv kicks it around. Warhawks coming back in, cross the blue line, go 2-on-1, carry it over to the far side corner. Taken away there by Philly. Philly looking to get off ice. Gets it over towards Jess on the near side. Jess is going to grab it off the wall, carry it in. Warhawks separate. Go back down behind the goal line. Blocked up. Grabbed up by Alexa. Alexa walking it in. Takes a shot. Goes off a boot and back behind the net and over to the far side hash marks. Picked up by Greta. Greta keeps it in the corner. Tapping it around. Greta grabs it again. Walking it in. Goes back behind the net. Looking for somebody. Warhawks are all on top of her. Up the near side wall. Sent over to the far side. Jess is going to get there. Taps it away. Offside. Stopping the clock here at 2:23. Hawks trail by 1. Gia comes up to the dot. Got the West Coast face-off play here. Got tied up. Warhawks gain control. Dump it in the far side corner. Comes all the way around to the near side. Down low. Grabbed up by Gia. Gets it up to the top of the circle. Warhawks pull it through the slot. Off of Carmen. Carmen gets back up to her feet. Shoves it up the near side wall. Back in through center ice. Warhawks gain control. Come down low. Going to the near side corner. Swatted away there by Gia. Carmen grabs it. Sends it around the wall. Demi picks the puck up. Pass gets broken up by the Warhawks. Warhawks cross the zone. Take the shot. Luch blocks it, drops it down, covers it up. Stopping the clock at 1:35. Tater Dumpty comes to the dot with Mango and Bus. Liv and Alexa goes over to the far side wall. Liv sends it all the way around. He's going to come over to the near side hash marks. Picked up by Alexa. Alexa trying to get it up towards Bus. Stopped at the blue line. Got offsides. Tater at the dot. Goes to the blue line. Mango sends it up the far side. Stopped at the blue line. Shot goes over to the near side corner. Grabbed up by Liv. Liv sends it off the wall. Grabbed up by Mango. Gets it up to the blue line. Warhawks passing it through the traffic. Up the near side wall. Block shot. Luch drops down. Covers it up. Stopping the clock at 1:02 here. 1 goal game. Maddie comes to the dot. 1 back up to the point. Shot goes through traffic. Gets tipped. Loose puck. Covered up by Luch. 54.8. Grabbed up. Bottom of the circle. Shot on Luch. She catches that one again. Liv and Carmen come out with Maddie, Sizzle, and Kendall back up top of the circle. Kicked around, sent out of the zone by Kendall. Back to the blue line, or under a minute to go here. Goes back behind the net.
You got 2 lines there. They don't see it.
Icing was finally called. 34.9 to go here in the second period. Maddie's going to make her way up to the dot. Got Kendall on the near side. Sizzle far side. Liv and Carmen back on D. Big Lucha in net. Goes back top of the circle. Gets it over to Carmen. Carmen puts it down through traffic. Goes back behind the net. Comes over the near side post. Left there at the goal line. Swatting at it. Picked up. Kendall had a quick shot there. Liv puts it off of a player. Grabbed up at the far side, top of the circle. Gets it back down towards Sizzle. Sizzle carries it down low. Goes off of a boot and up the near side wall. Puck goes over to the far side hash marks. We got 2-1, and that's going to be the end of the second period. We're back after a short ice cut intermission.
He's like, better, they are, they get
designed for me to sit by you and yell into your microphone. So I'm going to grant your wish.
All right, we're coming back. Third period action here. 17 minutes on the clock. Scores 3-2. Hawks are trailing. Got Philly, Rookie, and Jess. Wins it back towards Jocelyn. Over to Greta. Greta goes up the near side wall. Kicked it across the blue line. Philly trying to get a shot off. Goes off of her stick. In through the crease. Grabbed up by Warhawks. Ended up the far side wall. We got a fresh set of ice out here, so things are going to move quickly. Puck goes into the near side corner. Grabbed up. Tipped away there by Greta. Greta grab it at the hash marks. Gets it up towards Brookie. Gathers it up, carries it across the blue line, taken away by the Warhawks. Warhawks go over to the far side, kicked away there by Maddie. Maddie carries it across the blue line. Up to the near side hash marks, down one in the corner. All the forwards were getting changed up. Back over to the near side. Up through center ice, tipped away by Alexa. Alexa sends it off the boards, back to the blue line. Ends up going back towards Luch. Luch scoots it over towards Alexa. Alexa stops, turns around, sends it off the boards towards Liv. Liv goes up off the boards towards Sizzle. Met with some resistance. Back into the corner it goes. Warhawks bounce it up to the point, top of the circle. Kicked away. Gathered up by Warhawks back into the far side corner. Liv battles back behind the net. Picked up at the goal line. Goes in through the slot. Grabbed up by Kendall. Sends it up to the blue line. Kept in there by the Warhawks. Into the far side corner. Forwards are switching out in our own defensive zone here. Back up to the point. Near side, top of the circle. Shot goes down. Looked like Luch was blocked. Off the far side post and back over to the near side. Back up to the point. Down through traffic. Kicked away by Kendall. Kendall's going to chase after it. Get to it at the blue line. Shovel it forward. Still chasing after it. Goes into the corner. Goes off the referee. Warhawks pushing it all the way out and down on the fresh sheet of ice. That goes the distance, and it is icing at 14:45. I think it was the ref again. Gia steps up to the dot. Wins it over to Demi. Demi puts it back behind the net. Goes up the far side wall, bouncing up over Jocelyn's stick. Carmen's going to come back, pick it up at the top of the circle. Sends a pass over to Gia on the near side. Gia met with some resistance. Battling along the near side boards. Poked away there by Carmen. Served up towards Warhawks. Carried in through traffic, but taken away. Shoveled up the far side wall. Picked up at the top of the circle. Blocked there by Jocelyn into the far side corner. Jocelyn comes in, grabs up the puck, sends it up towards the blue line. Goes out of the zone. Warhawks gather it up at the center ice. Drop it in. Ends up coming back over to the near side corner. Grabbed up by Carmen. Carmen trying to get it up top. Ends up getting swatted back down behind the goal line. Tater battling for it. Tater gets pressed up against the boards. Back down behind the net. Down behind the goal line. Gathered up by Jocelyn, who sends it up to the blue line. Tipped away by Bus. Got a 2-on-1 here. Bus takes the shot. Ends up going just a little bit wide and up the near side wall. Alexa takes the shot, goes off a shin pad, ends up going over to the far side wall, gathered up by Greta, down towards Bus at the hash. Tater's going to swoop in, poke it around. Bus trying to get it over, gets it over to Mango. Tater with it back behind the goal line. Mango trying to help out. Shoves it just a little bit too far, and Northshore grabs it. Back across the blue line, picked up by Greta. Greta stutter steps. Puts it in down low. Got a touch. Goes all the way back behind the net. Up the far side. Back over near side. Philly putting a chase on it. Greta stops it from going out of the zone. Philly bouncing it off the wall. Mango trying to center it up. Jess trying to gather it up. Philly had a couple of Warhawks on her. Spins around. Greta grabs the puck. Crosses the blue line. Goes up to the top of the slot. Warhawks send this one all the way out and down. They got an icing call. 12:14 to go. Hawks trail by 1. Philly at the dot, wins it to Carmen. Carmen walks in. Shot goes just wide and up to the far side wall. Liv sends it back in. Tipped and on net. Goalie's got to catch that one in the glove. Philly, Brookie, Jess, Carmen, Liv. Big Luch in net. Goes into the corner. Northshore sends it all the way around. Carmen going to get called for a penalty. $11:57 here. Carmen goes to the box for a roughing. Defensive zone draw here. Got Kendall making her way up to the dot. Got Jocelyn and Greta, who grabs the puck, sends it off the boards and all the way around to the far side wall. Tipped up there by Sizzle. Kept in by Northshore. Back in through center ice. Off the near side wall. Tapped down low. Centering pass broken up there by Jocelyn. Greta splits the middle and all the way down. On net, so goalie's got to play it. Up the near side boards. We got 1:30 left on the PK. Warhawks skating through center. Down low. Up to the far side. Point. Near side, top of the slot. Shot gets blocked there by Kendall. Goes back across the blue line. Up the near side wall. Over towards Liv on the far side. Liv's going to put it in the near side corner. Maddie chasing after it. Picks it up. Goes back behind the net. Stops, changes direction. Keeping it back there. Warhawks come away with it. Come up through the slot. Alexa sends it high up off the glass and all the way down. We got 37 seconds left on the PK. Up the far side wall. In through the middle. Goes up to the far side. Liv with a good swat and stick check. Liv grabs the puck. Taken away from her at the bottom of the goal line. Down low. Top of the point, over to the far side circle. Down low. Got 5 seconds left on the PK. Get on them. Goes into the corner, back behind the net. We're back to 5-on-5 action. Wraparound block there by Alexa. Off the glass and up to the blue line. Couldn't quite clear the zone. Players are exiting. Warhawks put it in the back of the net. (4-2) here at 9:44 to go. drawn back towards Jocelyn. She sends it up to the center ice. Warhawks drop it in. Jocelyn with it on the far side wall. Gets it up towards the point. Jocelyn draws a penalty. So your Hawks are going on the power play here. We got 9:32. Got Philly at the dot. Jess, Brookie, Liv, and Alexa. Top of the circle. Alexa puts it off of a boot. Takes another shot. Ricocheted. Goes off the pad. Northshore is able to send this one out and down. Luch stops it. Hands it off towards Liv. Liv goes back behind Luch. Sends it up the wall. Philly at the blue line. Jess grabs the puck. Gets it up towards Brookie. Brookie goes off the boards. Stopped at the blue line there. Alexa puts it across the bow. Goes over to the far side corner. Jess picks it up. Brookie spins around. Takes the shot just over to the far side of the net. Off the glass. Goalie reaches up, covers it up, stops it at 8:45 here. We got 1:14 on the power play.
Go Hawks!
Tater at the dot. Mango on the far side. Bus. Mango gets the puck. Top of the circle. Puts it down. Goes off a boost. Bus's boot. North Shore sends it out sailing. Luch stops it. Leaves it at the goal line for Joss to pick up. Joss goes into the far side corner. Got tied up. Tater Dumpty grabs the puck. Goes up that far side wall. Centers it over towards Mango. Mango top of the slot. Takes a shot. Gets tipped. Goes up above the net and over back behind. Bust over to Tater. Tater up towards Jocelyn. Jocelyn puts a shot down through traffic. Off that far side post. Picked up by Mango. Drops it for Tater. Tater on the far side. Gives it back up to Jocelyn. Jocelyn walks it in. Drops it for Tater. Tater comes over. Gives it to Greta at the top of the circle. Greta slices it and Dyson. Kicked away by North Shore up the near side wall. Stopped by Tater. Gets it back down towards Mango. Bus picking it up. Carrying it in. Trying to loft it over the goalie. Ends up going just a little bit too high and over to the far side hash marks. Stopped at the blue line. Went off a player on the bench, and that will be offensive zone draw here. We got 13 seconds left on the power play. 7:44 in the game. Hawks trail by 2. Maddie at the dot. North Shore wins it back. Liv stops it. Gets it over to Alexa on the near side. Off the wall. Puts it down low. Couldn't quite get it through traffic. Kendall got thrown down to the ice. Alexa takes the shot. Goes off the pads and kicked over to the near side corner. Back to full strength. 5-on-5. Grabbed up by Kendall. Kendall sends it off the far side post. Goalie was right there keeping a pad down and covers it up. Stopping the clock at 7:18.
Keep fighting, Hawks! Keep shooting, Hawks!
Maddie, Kendall, Sizzle, Liv, Alexa. Drawn back to the far side corner, up the boards. Liv kicks it down to the hash marks. Battled up there by Maddie. Poked around, back in through center ice where Alexa grabs it. Waits for everybody to get outside. Shovels it back in, down into the far side corner. Warhawks carry it around, send it up through center ice. Going to have the distance. And that is icing at 6:53 here to go. Time running down. We got 2 to make up here. Gia at the dot. with Caden coming in. Gia grabs it, puts it off the near side backboard. Northshore sends it off the glass, takes a funky bounce, battle with on the far side wall. Greta picks it up. Northshore comes in through center ice. They got a 2-on-1 here. Luch with the big save. Philly comes to the dot. Through the slot and over to the near side corner. Poke checked at the near side hash marks by Brookie. Alexa sends it up towards the blue line. Brookie battles for it. Northshore bounces it off the wall. Kicked out by Jocelyn. Loose puck. Bottom of the blue line. Picked up by Jess. Just a little bit too far. Couldn't quite catch up to that one as we got that fresh, clean sheet of ice. Darn that. 6:05 here to go. Philly, Jess, Brookie, Alexa, and Jocelyn. Goes over to the far side corner. Sent back around to the near side wall. Alexa stops it. Sends it back down. Gets tipped over to the far side wall. Bounces it up towards the blue line. Alexa picks it up. Shovels it in. Grabbed up by the Warhawks to go off the near side boards. Jess keeps it in at the blue line. Goes into the corner. Up the near side hash marks. Back up to Alexa. Alexa rockets it over towards Joss. Joss puts the shot down. Gets tipped. Loose puck in front. Goalie finally reaches down, covers it up. Referees blow the whistle. Stopping the clock here at 5:24. Tater at the dot. Northshore wins it back, sends it all the way around the wall and out. Goes to the far side, and it is icing. Coming back. Tater at the dot. Northshore sends this one out again. Icing being called. Warhawks sending around to the far side. Grabbed up by Mango. Mango battling for it. Goes to the blue line. Back in through center ice. On Luch. Knuckle puck. Catches that one in the glove there by Luch. Maddie makes her way to the dot. Wins it over to the near side corner. Greta goes off the glass. Top of the circle. Swatted away. Picked up. Pushed down low behind the goal line. Jocelyn stops. Turns it around. Maddie picks it up at the far side hash marks. Threads the needle and pushes it down. Kendall chasing after it. Gonna head the distance. Nope. Waved off. Sizzle taps it. Kendall tried to grab it and center it up. Northshore picks it up. Gets across center ice. Across the blue line. Back down behind the net. Jocelyn pokes it away. Greta That's icing being called. 4:03 here to go. Got to get 2. Tie this up. Let's just take one at a time, though. Gia comes to the dot. Wins straight back. Liv sends it off the wall and over to the far side. Caden's going to get there. Poked away by Northshore. Swatted away by Liv. Goes back behind the goal line. Gia sends it off the boards towards Demi. Demi carries it out of the zone. Crosses center ice. Down into the corner. Draws the penalty.
Call a hook. It's not that hard to figure out.
Hooking penalty called on Northshore. Hawks going to the power play here at 3:38 in the third. Jay, it feels like you got something to say. You want a mic?
I just want to taste that
Philly at the dot. Warhawks pull that one back, send it up the wall. Liv gets it over to Alexa. Alexa, top of the circle. Back to Liv, top of the slot. Liv looking around, back to Alexa. Alexa gets it over towards Philly. Philly grabs it off the wall. Gets tied up along the boards. Liv with the puck, gets it back over to Alexa. Alexa, top of the circle, puts it down, just goes wide. Grabbed up by Philly. Philly underneath the net. In through the slot, kicked out by Northshore. All the way down towards Luch. Luch pushing it forward towards Liv. Liv kicks it up to the blue line. Rookie went the wrong direction. Alexa feeds it up towards Philly. Philly crosses the blue line with it. Philly up the near side boards. Puts it off the goalie. Had the glove up. Stops it at 1:09 here. Left on the power play.
Go Hawks!
1:09 on the power play. 2:47 left on the game clock. Got to get 2 in here. Tater wins it over to the near side boards. Back up to the point. Over far side for Jocelyn. She carries it down to the hash marks. Carries it down low behind the goal line. Centers it up over to Tater. Tater's shot goes across the bow and up the far side wall. Pulled Luch in the far side corner for Bus. Back up to the point for Mango. Mango grabs the puck. Down low to Bus. Back up top of the slot. Goes down. Tipped in front of the slot. Up the near side boards. Comes back into center ice. Grabbed up by Jocelyn. We got 33 seconds. Jocelyn sends it deep. Goes into the corner. Is Mango. Followed by a mess of Hawks players. Going 6-on-5. We pulled Luch. Top of the point. Over to Alexa. Alexa's one-timer. Gets tipped. Goes through the slot again. Tater ties him up. Northshore sends it out. Got 4 seconds to go. Back to even strength. 6-on-5. Off the boards over towards Tater. Tater kicks it away from one shore. Gets it over to Sizzle. Sizzle centers it up. Just misses Kendall on the far side wall. Tipped away there by Kendall. Up the far side boards by Liv, keeping it down, trying to get it over towards Maddie. Maddie gets drawn down. Gia picks up the puck back behind the net. Up the near side wall, just out of Alexa's reach, and that's going to go all the way the distance. Icing being called. 1:05 here to go. Timeout being called by the Hawks. It can happen. All right, Luch has still been pulled near side dot face off. Maddie makes her way up. Got Caden. Goes into the near side wall. Warhawks sent it out and down. Got an icing called again. Maddie, rookie, Kendall, Caden, over to Tater at the top of the slot. Back up to Greta. Greta lines up, puts a shot down, goes through traffic, kick over to the near side corner. Back up the near side wall. Drop for Greta at the top of the circle. Puts it down through the middle. Oh, tipped just wide. Tater puts it back up to the point. Maddie puts it down low. Tipped in front. Goes back behind the goal line. Northshore sends it out, sailing. Icing being called. 29.4. Maddie comes up. Philly, rookie, Liv. Stalemate, goes back behind the line. Liv seals the wall, keeps it in at the blue line. Puts it off a boot. Grabbed up at center ice, shoveled back down. Northshore puts it in the back of the net here. That's going to put the nail in the coffin. (5-2) with 17.7 to go. Luch makes her way back out to the net. Got a center ice face-off. Comes back over. Warhawks get it across the blue line. Back down behind the net. Alexa grabs it. Buries it up against the wall. Kind of let the time just tick away. That's the end of your game. And this will be the end of the broadcast here as I am going to sign off from this one. And this Frank the announcer coming to you live from between the blue lines. Hawks fall short on this one. Game 2 of the state round robin. Until tomorrow where the Hawks face the